Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Corey Hennessy. I'm the founder of Vantage, an agency that works with home builders, construction, real estate, everything in between when it comes to lead generation. And in this video, I'm going to break down which platform is best for you when you're looking to run advertising online. It's a question I get a lot in our free Skool community, and also when people just reach out to me for consultation calls or just one-to-one calls. They usually ask which is the best platform to start spending your budget on when it comes to digital marketing. I know when you first go online, it's pretty daunting which platform is best for you. A lot of people go for Facebook or Meta, but I'm going to break down exactly which platform I recommend and what's the difference between each. On this, I have the main platforms that we would normally use. I'm sure there's more platforms out there. If there is and you have questions around them, more than likely we have ran ads on them before. So comment down below. I'm happy to help. But let's get into the platforms one by one, and I'll break down why I recommend them and why I don't, where they're good and where they're bad, and hopefully it answers any questions it has when it comes to you running your advertising. So, first things first, we have Meta or Facebook, probably the most popular platform for people to run advertising. The reason being it's low cost, you can set up ads pretty easily, you have a lot of options, and it's going to run across Facebook, Instagram, even WhatsApp and Messenger, so you have a lot of locations to reach. It's high volume, so you can get a lot of people for your money, you can get a lot of traffic to a website, you can start to generate leads, and you have the option of doing on form or off form leads. Now, most people are going to do on platform leads. This means you're collecting the information on the platform itself. And what happens is you can get leads really quickly because you're not sending people off platform. In reality, these leads are always going to be lesser quality compared to a platform like Google, but there is ways that you can optimize this by adding qualifying questions, more ways to actually make sure that the leads are of quality and you're not just collecting junk. If you are going to run ads on Meta or Facebook, or you're working with an agency for your business, make sure you're not running ads that are just name, phone number, email. They're going to be really poor quality, and you have a lot of options when it comes to how you set up your ads on Facebook and Instagram. You can actually put stuff where people manually need to swipe across to confirm the lead. So make sure you're putting in place ways that you can qualify the leads. I always recommend to people that on Facebook, if you're doing on platform leads, you have a minimum of 3 questions on the actual platform. So if you're doing something like home construction, what is the person's budget, or can they afford a certain budget? What's the square footage that they're looking for? Do they need financing? Do they require permission, permits, anything in between? Just make sure you're asking enough questions to make sure that if somebody is just kind of looking around, browsing, they're not going to waste their time to fill in those questions. Whereas a serious buyer or a serious person with high intent is going to fill in that form, no problem. They're going to come into your CRM or come in through your lead form, and you're going to be able to contact those people a lot easier as they're much more serious buyers. So Meta and Facebook, I always recommend when you're starting out, if you have a low budget, if you're spending under $1,000 per month, Meta and Facebook is the best platform, best bang for your buck when it comes to what you're going to spend and the results you're going to get. The leads themselves are going to take more time to work. They're going to take more time to actually contact. One of the biggest issues with Meta and Facebook that people don't realize, a lot of people's phone number that's connected to the platform that auto fills on the form could be outdated. A lot of people's Facebook page is over 10 years old at this stage. Facebook has been around a really long time. So when people go to fill it in, their number could be outdated. Sometimes the numbers are out of service. And Facebook have added a new feature where you can ask, somebody needs to put in a one-time code. So they're going to get a text message that they need to fill in, and that's going to then allow them to complete the lead form. That has only been added this month in May of 2025. So if you have the option, you want to try out higher quality leads, definitely give it a go. We're using it on our clients' accounts, and it's working really well to get quality leads. As if somebody is not willing to wait 10 seconds for a text message and then fill it in, they're really not a high quality lead anyways. So definitely try that out if you're running ads on Facebook now. But as I said, if you have a low budget, it's the best one to start with. Moving on to Google Ads. Now, this is my favorite platform when it comes to actually generating revenue. Meta and Facebook, you can use a lot to send traffic to your website, build up your pixel, retarget. You can build up the intent, but nothing's going to compare to the intent of somebody that's searching on Google for your product. So if they're looking for property in Florida for rent, or if they're looking for tiny homes in Connecticut, if they're looking for modular homes in Miami, the people that are searching those terms are looking to buy. They're already ready to purchase. They've done their research. They know what they're looking for. They're just looking for a supplier that they can work with to actually fulfill what they're looking for. So the intent is already there in Google. If you can get your cost per click at a good price and you can get people to fill in your lead form, these leads are going to be higher quality than any other platform. I can guarantee that across my 8 years experience of doing lead generation, Google is always going to lead to the best results when it comes to sales and high ticket sales. Google is the best platform. Now, Google isn't just search. When it comes to Google ads, a lot of people just think of search, but what we do with our clients and what's working really well is YouTube ads. And YouTube ads, you obviously need to have some good ad creative. You need to have video content. You need to probably have a staff member or even an actor or somebody that you can hire to be on camera and give a testimonial or explain your business. And these work really well across YouTube. They're the ads you see on your TV at home. They're the ads you see on your phone. And if you can catch people's attention in that first 5 seconds where it's unskippable, you're really going to have a good conversion rate. And we're getting high quality leads for as low as $5 on YouTube for people selling homes and tiny homes, upwards of $200,000. So these are people coming from YouTube that have watched a 2-minute, 3-minute long video. They already understand the product, they trust the business, and now they're ready to purchase. And the leads are coming in cheaper than your cost per click through Google search. Google search is also limited. So if you are running Google search ads, it's based on the volume of the location you're targeting. So if you're targeting your local area, there's only so much search volume on specific keywords. And if your keywords are very niche, you're going to reach kind of a saturation point where as much as you spend, it's going to still cost the same to reach the same amount of people. And all you can do is either add more search terms so you show up more for those search terms, or you can switch on display advertising, which is going to scale out your advertising across platforms, but the quality isn't as good. So display advertising, to explain it a little bit better, would be if you visit CNBC's website and you were looking for a garden shed, you're going to show up on the garden shed website. So you're going to show up on CNBC as a garden shed advertisement in the top right hand corner. There's going to be a graphic. There's going to be an option for people to click through. It's very similar to Facebook, and it has the same level of quality where you're retargeting people. So it's slightly better, but there's still only people that are searching for the terms. They're not exactly looking directly for that search term. They're not clicking through to your website straight away. So it's lower quality, but it's still good to use on Google to reach more people if you are getting to a point where your search volume is getting saturated. And Google overall is expensive. So as I mentioned, you do need to have a high budget to use Google. I would recommend the $1,000 on Meta is the minimum. On Google, I'd actually recommend $2,000 per month is kind of your minimum, because your cost per click can be as much as $5, $6, $2. It just depends on the search term that you're running for. So if you're doing car insurance, it can be as high as €8 per click because it's highly competitive. But if you're doing homes or tiny homes, as long as it's a pretty broad keyword, you can get that cost down. Usually our average is around $1 to $2 per keyword per link click. But just keep track of that if you are running ads, which keywords are costing you more and which are getting you the best results. Sometimes the cheaper keywords are actually getting you more leads, more results, while the expensive ones are spending your budget and you're not actually getting a good conversion rate or a good click-through rate. So make sure you keep an eye on that with the search advertising. Now, as mentioned, YouTube, highly recommend it. I highly recommend looking into that in 2025. It's a way that you can lower your costs on Google. And overall, Google would be my favorite platform. You're going to be sending people to a landing page. They have to go manually fill in the information on your landing page, unlike Facebook and Meta, where it autofills some of that information. So it makes it a lot easier on Meta and Facebook to capture some people that are not as serious as the people that are coming from your Google, your YouTube, going to a landing page where they manually have to actually fill in all of their details. Somebody's not going to do that if they're just wasting time. And you can add in steps like phone number verification, email verification, if you really, really want high quality leads ready to purchase. There's a lot of ways you can do it with a landing page, with your website, and build trust around that. So that's one of the huge benefits of Google. As I said, it's one that I highly recommend. Between the two, it just depends on your budget. If you have any questions between those two platforms, like I said, feel free to comment down below. I'm happy to answer. Now, LinkedIn, moving on to LinkedIn. This is a platform not many people advertise on. I recommend this if you're doing B2B. So if you're looking for B2B or even high income earners, LinkedIn can be a really good platform for this, because you can target income similar to Google, where you can actually target the person's income. You can target their job title. So if you're looking for people in specific roles, people that have a certain amount of income, maybe CEOs, You can do this really easily on LinkedIn. Now, the issue with LinkedIn is the minimum spend is $10 per day. So you have to commit to spending at least $300 per month, which, if you're spending any budget on advertising, like I said, the minimum, at least for this platform, should still be $1,000. And depending on what you're doing, if you're selling commercial real estate, LinkedIn can be really good. If you're sending high end property, LinkedIn can be really good. So it is good. It's just, I would add it into your advertising mix after you've perfected Facebook and Google. LinkedIn would be the follow up one that we normally use. But like I said, it just depends on the business model you're in. Maybe you do only work with corporate people. LinkedIn is the way to go if that's the case. Now, finally, to get into would be TikTok. TikTok to me is just really low quality. It just depends on the business you're in. I think if you do e-commerce, if you're selling products, if you're selling stuff that's highly targeted towards kids and kind of teenagers or young adults, maybe up to the age of 25, TikTok is a really good platform. It's going to be super low cost. You can get traffic really low cost. You can get leads low cost. The issue is it's very low quality because, at least in the niche that I'm in, because if you're doing real estate or construction, you're looking for older generations. You're looking for 35 and plus. You're looking for people that are looking to downsize, so maybe 60 plus. These people are usually not going to be on TikTok. They're going to be on Facebook, Instagram. With time, that is getting older and older. So as TikTok gets older and also gets more of a audience share or market share, that age group is getting much bigger. So it's not to say in the future TikTok won't be good for real estate or lead generation for those platforms. I think TikTok instead is really good for organic content. So posting your organic reels on TikTok and getting those people back to your Instagram or getting them to your website, that's the best setup when it comes to TikTok, is just posting organically, as you get much better reach than any other platform right now. So you can post a lot of videos, a lot of stuff that can take off, get those people to go to your website organically and collect them that way. I wouldn't spend your money on TikTok advertising right now until the age group gets bigger, but maybe you work with a younger audience. Maybe you, for example, if you're a car dealership that sells vehicles to new drivers, you can target people that are 16 plus and target those people that are looking for their first time car. TikTok makes a lot of sense in that case. But if you're doing real estate, if you're doing construction, it's not a platform I would spend money on. You can do a small budget. Maybe if you want to do brand awareness, you could spend $500 per month and just grow your brand, get some brand recognition. But your goal should always be sending people either to your website or to your Instagram, where those users are a bit more loyal and they're actually going to go through and purchase from you. TikTok, a lot of the time, you're going to have people that will watch your content, will comment on your content, but they're not looking to buy anything. They're just looking for entertainment. That's what the platform's for. Especially even if you're running advertising, you're not really going to have the same audience that you're going to have on Facebook or Google Ads when you're running a campaign. So hopefully that broke down the platforms to really give you an overview. Meta is a good starting point. Google is the best when it comes to getting sales, high quality leads. It's going to cost you a lot more. Minimum budget should be around $2,000. LinkedIn, really good for B2B, high-end people, high income earners. That's the best place to target those people, is on LinkedIn. So commercial real estate, high-end real estate can do really well on LinkedIn. And then TikTok, I would stay away from in my industries or my niches, which would be real estate, construction, tiny homes, modular homes. People looking to spend over $100,000, I would not expect to find on TikTok. But for brand awareness on organic, highly recommend running some stuff on TikTok and just posting organically on TikTok. You're going to build an audience and build some social proof that you can use across your other 3 platforms to grow your business. So hopefully that was a kind of quick insight into your choice when it comes to advertising. If you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate if you could subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're super close to 300, so hopefully anybody watching this video can get me close to that. And if you have any questions when it comes to marketing, lead generation, feel free to comment down below, or you can join my Skool community down below, where you can DM me directly and reach out to me for any consultation calls or direct kind of help. And if you are looking for help with the agency side, check out my agency down below. It's free to work with us to start, and we work on a commission basis, so it's really easy to work together. So thanks so much for checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one.